thing. Quick, right off the bat, there is one important thing that I want to tell you guys that a lot of people don't know, at least that they don't know starting off. And that is that if you hold down R2 all the way, you see there was that little cloud of poof right there? That is your fully charged R2. Okay, that's a very important attack to know because it deals lots of damage. At least once you're actually holding a weapon. A handwritten scroll. Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. You won't learn what pale blood is until later. I'm not going to spoil that for you quite yet. But I am one of the people who believes that that you are the one. Your character is the one who wrote the note, and that you have your character that has amnesia, and so they don't remember anything because of the operation that was done on them by the doctor, guy with the crazy top hat. All right, so this is the first enemy of the game. If you're just starting, once again, so all of the advice I give is going to be for people who are just starting the game. Okay, so that right off the bat. If you're an experienced player, just kind of gloss over some of the things that I'm going to say. Alright, so what you're going to want to do, this is going to sound really dumb. Actually, yeah, let yourself get killed by this guy. You don't have a chance until you have a weapon. And I know that is disheartening. It's supposed to be disheartening, but just know that it's something that's supposed to happen. It happens to everybody. It's okay. You know. Another thing that I want to... Ooh, hold on. We are waking up in the dream. Where are we? So this is the Hunter's Dream. This will be the hub for your Bloodborne excursions. Right, so what I was going to say is that one thing I really want to impress on you guys, you new players out there, is that it is okay to not do well. Okay? There's no shame in getting killed. You know, this is a hard game. It's alright. If you get frustrated, you know, hey, everybody gets frustrated. Just know that you're not the only one who's had a hard time before. And part of why I'm doing this is because I had a hard time, and so I want to help people out, you know. Alright, so we're going to accept this gift from the messengers. The messengers offer you a trick weapon. Choose one. Trick weapons are wielded with the right hand and employed in beast hunting. Alright, so here we have the saw cleaver, the hunter's axe, and the threaded cane. Threaded cane, unless you've already run through the game at least once, don't use this weapon. It deals very little damage, it does not stagger enemies very well, and so it's kind of hard to use. It's kind of hard to do well with it. Okay. The hunter's axe is the heaviest option that you have right now. It transforms from a battle axe into a halberd, and it doesn't move quite as fast, but it deals lots of damage. If you're a strength build like I am, highly recommend this weapon. Okay, so here you have the saw cleaver. Saw cleaver is a strength weapon just like the hunter's axe, only it's faster. So if you have a kind of up-in-your-face gameplay style, you like to just really smack the crap out of enemies as fast as you possibly can, this is the weapon for you. This is the first weapon I used. I really like it. It's one of my favorite weapons, actually. But for right now, I want to do a fast playthrough. And so I'm going to use the hunter's axe because I know that it can deal loads of damage at once. Okay, so I'm going to accept this gift from messengers. they offer you a firearm. Firearms are wielded in the left hand and employed in beast hunting. Alright, so here we have the Hunter's Pistol and the Hunter's Blunderbuss. Hunter's Pistol has pretty good range, and it deals decent damage, as you can see. It has 70 blood tinge damage. Hunter's Blunderbuss has about half the range as the Hunter's Pistol, and it deals much less than half the damage. The one upside of the Blunderbuss is that it can hit multiple enemies at once, and so if you like crowd control, it might be for you. The only thing is that it has a couple of frames of charge up, and so like you're not going to shoot exactly when you press the button like you will with the pistol. Generally the Hunter's Blunderbuss is kind of trash. I would not recommend it for anyone. I don't know a single person who uses the Blunderbuss. It's not good. So I'm going to receive the Hunter's Pistol. This one is a notebook received from the messengers. Leave messages with these loyal servants to share them with hunters in other worlds. So, yeah, the notebook is how you leave messages to other players. You know, give warnings, that sort of thing. Some people use them to troll, but it's kind of hard to do that. It's also kind of scummy. Anyway, sorry. All right, so now that we have our weapons, we're going to go to arms. Okay, I'm going to select this this left-hand slot here, and I'm going to select my Hunter's Axe. Then I'm going to go over to the right hand. I'm going to select my Hunter's Pistol. And it's a little confusing that the right two slots control your left hand, and the left two slots control your right hand. That's a little weird, but hey, it's whatever. Alright, so you can equip two weapons at once. Of course, we don't have two weapons, but you can equip two weapons in each hand at once, and then you switch them using the D-pad. See, like I'm doing right there. Alright, so now that we have those down, let's go back to the first floor sick room and show that lycanthrope what for. Hey, listen. Don't you laugh at me. I'm talking to my girlfriend who's sitting right next to me and playing puzzle games. She's sticking her tongue out at me. Oh gosh. Oh, I love you, Felicity. All right. You know, I never noticed that the lantern appeared. It wasn't actually here before. Hey. All right, so I said that the Hunter's Axe transforms from a battle axe into a halberd. Okay, so here we have our battle axe using the L1 transformation button. Here we have our halberd. Halberd is just a poleaxe, by the way. I really like using the halberd because it is completely over the top and it can throw enemies really far. So what you're going to want to do is not aggro him like what I did. Basically, your best bet is, if you're using the halberd, to heavy attack him. Ow. And dodge. And charge. Heavy attack. Okay, here we go. So, yeah. Hey, listen, I am good. Okay. Oh, that's another thing, is that there are 2 blood vials. If you do want to fight the lycanthrope with your hand, there are 2 blood vials on this body right here that could help you out. Alright, so now we're gonna go, now we're finally getting out of the, finally getting out of Yosefka's clinic. So you're gonna go through this gate right here. All of the gate opening sequences are painfully long. Oh my gosh. Alright, so now we're in Central Yharnam. So you can go up this avenue right here, or you can search this body and get a couple more blood vials, which you will definitely need. Unfortunately, you can't pick up that top hat right there. my heart, I was a little broken up about that. But don't worry, you get the top hat later. Alright, so this is our first enemy. Yeah, just one thing you do need to be aware about enemies in this game, they will kill you, period. So you want to make lots of use of the X button for dodging, excuse me, O button for dodging, and yeah, you really want to read your enemies. Okay, so there are a couple of guys lying down here. I'm gonna kill him before he can get it. Ow! Stop it! Stop it! Stupid beast, man. I'm trying to do a walkthrough here. Give me a break, man. Alrighty. Ooh, Molotov cocktails. Those are gonna be really useful later. So I'm gonna equip my Molotovs in my quick items right here, and I'm also going to put my notebook in my personal effects, just because why not? Excuse me. Alright, so once those guys are dead, you're going to operate this device, pull this lever, and that ladder right there is going to fall down, and you're going to come up it. Come up it? That doesn't sound right. Hear that? That's a spoopy boy. You'll meet him later. He's a real nice guy. Okay. The lamp is this lamp now transports you back to the hunter's dream. Excuse me, I'm dyslexic. Upon death, you will awaken at this lamp. Alrighty. So let's talk to this guy.
You must be a hunter.
Yes, I am.
And not one from around here either.
What gave it away?
A fellow outsider.
Was it the beak?
You must have had a fine time of it. Yharnam has a special, well, I don't button list.
Okay.
Whatever can
Alright,
be gained.
well, you can explore the story on your own time. I certainly have, but right now I am wanting to do a walkthrough. So, alright. So that guy's gonna break through there. Don't get hit by him. You're gonna want to be walking and then come to this side so that he doesn't hit you, but don't fall off here. Alright, so I like to go down there just because it's quickest, but that might not be a good idea for you. You can also go down here, and there are going to be two guys. One's going to be sitting here, and then one's going to be sitting here. The shield guys are probably the easiest enemies in the game. Even easier than the crows. Alright, so I'm gonna... Oh, gosh. Alright, so we have encountered our first kind of mob of enemies. And so when you're fighting multiple enemies, at least in Central Yharnam, the streets are really narrow. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to bring them up to a choke point, like in this, like up this staircase, so that you can control the number of enemies that you are in range of at a time. That will be your bread and butter for getting down this lane. Hey. Alrighty. So we're gonna open this gate here, and that's just gonna give me a little shortcut, so that I don't have to go back. There is a big ol' enemy back here. He's called an Executioner. Leave him alone. Don't even try to fight him right now. Trust me, you'll die. I know, because I still die. I don't like Executioners at all. Is he following me? That'd be a real sad day. Felicity is commenting right next to me. She's like, "'Cause you suck." I'm like, I know. Okay. Right, so I like to comb through the areas, you know, get all the items I can. You might like to just, you know, get on with it. Alright, so there's this guy right here. He's sitting down. You might think he's a dead body. He's not. Kill him. Alrighty. So, yeah, and he's a gunman. So if I had kept going down, he would have started shooting at me from behind, which is really not good because there are 2 other gunmen up there. So instead of going up the lane, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come up here. Right. So after killing this guy, you're going to come up this staircase. Now, those 3 enemies I just killed right now, they're part of a party that breaks off and goes back down the lane. And that's triggered once you come to this point. Basically, once you go up this staircase, the purpose of those 3 enemies is to essentially catch you off guard. They're going to go down the lane and then come back up it, and then they'll catch you by surprise when you think you've killed everybody. So don't get surprised by those guys. Alright, so there's an item right there. There's also an enemy right there. So don't walk up to an item like this, because he's gonna come and get a nice little hack at your head. This is a Bloodstone Shard. I will probably use that to upgrade my axe later. And then, so going down here, for the longest time, I could not remember that this guy was here. So you kind of see that's the spoopy man with the cleaver. There he is. Yeah, don't get surprised by that guy. He will once again, he will take a hack at your head. Alrighty. So, you're gonna see that guy right there, the one carrying the torch. My recommendation, this is kind of where preference comes in. You can either aggro a couple of these. Oh, that frame rate. You can either aggro a couple of these enemies and bait them up here and kill them, or you can go for him. The one thing I'll recommend when going for him, the guy with the sword and the guy with the torch that I just killed, if you go for him, meaning the guy that I'm running towards, if you go for him first, they will come up the stairs and ambush you from behind. Okay, so you need to be aware of that. Alright, so now I'm just gonna kill him. He's on his own, not much of a threat. Okay. And moving on. Alrighty. So this is probably going to be your least favorite part, because you have to find a way to draw people out. What I'll do sometimes is not get caught on that water pump. Hold on. That's just a random water pump. Can we talk about that? Okay, moving on. Alrighty, so this guy, just lay a heavy attack on him, then back up the stairs. Once again, you don't want to spend very much time in that area, because there are 2 riflemen, as well as, at this point, there would be 4 if I hadn't killed 2 of them. Oh, excuse me, 5. That's a lot of dudes. So yeah, don't run into that place. You will die. Okay, so I'm gonna run up to this guy and lay a quick poke at him. And then back up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to run after that rifleman who is behind the oh, nope, never mind. I'm gonna kill this guy. Oh, I should probably, okay, yeah, I'll do it with that guy. So, now I'm going to not kill the pitchfork guy. The pitchfork guys are the ones with the most HP. So, how did I miss 2 attacks? Oh, crap, yeah, there's a dog there, so be aware of him. Okay, I'm getting out of here. Yeah, so, one thing, if there's a situation that you're just losing health, and just don't be ashamed to get out of there. So be aware, there is a dog behind the stagecoach, so don't get killed by him, or excuse me, don't let him take you by surprise. So I'm gonna kill all of the enemies here. Or I can miss again. That's cool. Yeah, because I suck. Oh, shoot, no! Huzzah! Huzzah! Die, you fiend! Okay. Alright. So now... I'm trying to kill all of the enemies except for that torch guy because he has a special moveset that you need to be aware of. Oh, crap. Okay. No. You need to die. Okay. Okay. Do you see how he's poking that torch at me? Okay, let's see if I can get him to do his other torch attack. His torch attacks are the two most dangerous. No. I don't know if I don't know when it triggers. But okay, that one, it doesn't have any recoil. The one where he pokes you with his torch, it doesn't have any recoil. And so you're supposed to just keep attacking at him, and he will end up burning you to death. So don't let him do that. Yeah. There's another attack where he backs up and swipes his torch at you. That's another really dangerous one, because it doesn't provide, there's no sound cue really as much as there are with other attacks that you're taking damage, and so if you're not careful, you'll just keep running into him and trying to attack him, but you'll end up dying. That's happened to me several times. Just be aware that when he starts waving his torch, back off. Don't try to keep attacking him, because you're not going to be able to stagger him out of it. Okay. And here we go. Okay. So, this is... Okay, so there's going to be a guy down here. Actually, no. Before I go talk about him, there's a little secret area right here that you're gonna want to do. So there are a bunch of breakables. You see those? You want to break them. And there's this little area right here, and there's break in the fence, and you can do it. Now, as soon as you come down here, be sure to kill the dogs in the cages, because this guy right here is gonna pop out and try to attack you. And this guy's already out. So you kill him. Okay. And you kill all the dogs. Little puppers. But it's okay. They're mangy and gross anyway. No, they didn't. They had oh, another thing. So when you're walking down this lane, there's another dog on your left. And so if you keep walking and kill this dog that's barking, then you talk to her, you know, nothing's up, and eventually, well, okay, truthfully, it's never really happened to me, but if you wait too long, he's gonna come back around and come and bite you, so be sure to kill him. Okay. So, cleared out all the dogs. That's just something I like to do. You don't actually have to. So, okay. Okay. So, we've just dropped down from the break in the fence. Okay. Killed all the dogs because I don't feel like dealing with them. And then we go to the left here. Now, here you're gonna have a fork in the road. Up, there's a really cool item, up these stairs here. It's Cold Blood Dew, give you more echoes later on. Well, I mean, whenever you break it, but anyway. So, if you go to the right here, there are going to be some stairs down here. The stairs will lead to a couple, oh yeah, those giants down there, don't mess with them right now. Don't mess with them right now. So, we're going to go through this house. When we walk through, there's going to be a sword guy on our left here, and we're just going to kill him. So there's an item right there, right? There's also a gunman in a wheelchair, and if you go directly for the item, he will shoot you point blank and kill you. So probably don't do that. Got me a plungent blood cocktail. Anyway, now that that's over, so you're gonna go through the house, and then there's gonna be this little torch guy. Kill him. Get some more Bloodstone Shards. And then we are going to open this gate. Okay. And guess where we are? Isn't that neat? That's pretty neat. Alright, so now I'm gonna take you back to that plaza area, to show you about the next guy you will probably encounter. I prefer to go through the area with the dogs first, and I'll show you why. Just go through the area with the dogs and go down that place instead of going through the plaza. I'll show you why in a minute. But right now, I'll show you the big guy. He's fun. He's a fun time. He's actually probably the first enemy you will learn how to Visceral Attack. And actually, I'm going to, instead of fighting him, I'm going to kill these crows here. And get some of these behind these coffins. There's an oil urn. Now, there are a couple of ways you can fight Mr. Giant right now. So, first way, probably the most easiest, is I almost said most easiest. Dang. What am I? Anyway, so the first way and most easy is to get a little closer, throw an oil urn at him, and then you throw a Molotov. Okay? That's easy. You know, 2 clicks of the square button. But however, I'm going to show you the Visceral Attack. Okay? So, his visceral frames are really easy. He has a ton of them. So, you see how he raises his little brick there? When he's at the peak of its height, that's when you shoot him. He'll go into visceral state. See how he charged me earlier? Right as he is at the end of his charge, shoot him, he'll go into visceral state. How he jumped at me early just then, shoot him while he's jumping, he'll go into a visceral state. So I'll show you what a visceral state is. Alright, so he goes down on one knee, I'm really close to him, and then I use the R1 button. And that will do a visceral attack. And I'll do it again. There you go. Yeah, you end up memorizing their He's a jiggly boy. Oh boy. Anyway, so you end up kind of memorizing their visceral states after a while. So I just got the torch, which if you don't like guns, you can use the torch. It's real bad, but you can use it. Alrighty, so I'm gonna grab this item here. Okay. So from here, okay, so I showed you him. I would not recommend going up those steps right there. It's not the easiest path. It's not the easiest path through Central Yharnam. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. Alright, so easiest path is, so you go through here. Hold on. Okay, actually, easiest is relative. This is the path that I prefer to take. So you go down here, past the grumpy old lady. Okay, and you enter this building. It's kind of a warehouse. Alright, so when you start to walk down these steps, it'll trigger an enemy. And he's an ugly boy that you haven't encountered yet. Really the best way to fight him... Ow! See, he deals lots of damage. Really the best way to fight him is to Visceral Attack him. And... the best way to describe what a Visceral Attack is you shoot him right as he's about to attack. In the couple of frames before he attacks. Right there. Oh, no, not right there. Excuse me. Right there. Okay. You can just wail on him, but at this point, you probably will not have enough stamina to do that. So, I'd do my best to Visceral Attack him. Okay. So, we're gonna roll through these barrels here, and go and talk to Eileen. Hello, Eileen.
Oh.
And this is a walkthrough, so... Yay! I got a Bold Hunter's Mark.
What?
So, don't attack her, please. Your life will be miserable. She's really hard to defeat. And I know this because I actually defeated her once in one of my other characters. And I'll actually probably be switching to him once I get through Central Yharnam. So there are a couple bodies that have some goodies on them, and you have to cut them down before you can get the items. Okay. So to get down from here, you can't go back the way you came. To get down from here, you're gonna walk on this plank right here, and you see how there's kind of a winch right there? You're gonna want to drop down, drop onto the winch, then drop onto the floor. If you drop straight onto the floor, then it'll deal more damage to you. Okay, so this guy right here, I'm going to show you a backstab. Okay, so you do a charged R2, and then immediately press R1, the light attack button. Okay. So once I've Visceral Attacked him, there's a guy right there who's alerted. Okay, and I'm gonna kill him. That's nice. Awesome. Cold blood do. Guys, keep in mind one thing about this route that I'm taking. It's a speedrunner's route. It's how to, or at least it's a multiplayer speedrunner's route, and I'll show you why it's a multiplayer speedrunner's route in a minute. So we're gonna, there's a the item on that corpse. Alrighty, so I am going to drop down on this side. This is the left side of the room, because this body, oh jeez, there's rats. I don't like them. I don't like him. Okay, kill these rats. One thing that you may find useful, whenever you're dealing with multiple enemies, lock onto one, hit it once, then shift your lock to the other one, hit it once, shift your lock back to the other one, hit it again. This is so that you can keep two or more enemies staggered at once, so you can deal with them without them being able to actually land a hit. And there's another guy in here that I'm gonna kill. Hello, sir. Goodbye. Oh, I don't like him. Okay, so there's an item on this body called the Saw Spear. It's really neat. It's like the Saw Cleaver, only different. So I'm gonna kill these rats. Yeah, watch out for their jump attack. It's I don't like the rats. I just don't. Okay, so on this body, you're gonna get a Madman's Knowledge. You're gonna want to go into your inventory, select Madman's Knowledge, and use. Okay. Do you see how that eye counter below my blood echoes? How that just went up to 1? That means that you have 1 insight. Okay. So, with 1 insight, you can go back to the dream, like... Well, I think I may do that. So I'm gonna Bold Hunter's Mark. Okay. I love loading screens. They've been good to me all my days. Pretty great. Okay, and we're back. So, return to the dream with your 1 insight. Another loading screen. Isn't it lovely? It's, I love it. Okay, so now that we're in the dream, you'll notice there was a doll who was sitting here, and, now she's, standing here. So let's talk to her.
Hello, good hunter. I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you, honorable hunter. Pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you, to embolden your sickly spirit.
She sounds a lot like a waifu.
Farewell,
okay, so
good
before
hunter.
before I level up, I'm gonna accept another gift from the messengers. Consume insight and ring the beckoning bell to enlist the cooperation of hunters from other worlds. Okay, and I also got a silencing blink. So with that route that I just did, that makes it to where I can level up. Because I got the Madman's knowledge, I can now level up, but I didn't enter a boss arena, which means that I still have my blood echoes because I didn't die. And so that's a really good thing to keep in mind, is that if you want to be able to level up immediately once you get insight, once you're able to, go and get the Madman's knowledge in the sewer. Don't go into a boss arena, because odds are you're not going to be able to kill one of these bosses on your first life. Okay, but I haven't shown you where the boss arenas are yet, so we'll get to that. Okay, I'm going to accept this other gift, Old Hunter Bell. Alrighty. Hi, Cameron.
Aha. You must be the new hunter. Welcome.
And I don't really care about what he has to say right now. So I'm going to repair my weapon. And I'm going to fortify it a little bit with my 3 Bloodstone Shards. Okay, so fortifying your weapon is something that's really important. It's upgrading. It makes it deal more damage and makes it scale better with your stats. Very important. Do that. So now that I've done that, I have all these nice little cold blood dews. I'm going to use multiple of them and get myself a few more blood echoes so that I can
Well, what is it?
okay. Use
Very
blood
well.
echoes to level up. Okay, thanks. Alrighty. So right now I have 5 levels. I haven't really been feeling the need for many more things, but I think I could probably use a little bit more vitality, probably a little bit more endurance, and a little bit more strength. Okay? Cool. Alrighty, now that we've done everything that needs to be done in the dream... Oh, another thing. So before you go and spend your blood echoes, if you're low on health vials, you can go to this bath messenger here and purchase them. Do not think that you have to grind for blood vials. You don't always have to do that. If you have cold blood dews in your inventory, all you have to do is go back to the dream, break the cold blood dews to get some blood echoes, which if you're low on blood vials, you probably died a lot. Break the cold blood dews and purchase blood vials. You don't have to put yourself through the agony of grinding every time. Okay, so we're gonna go back to Central Yharnam. So now I'm gonna show you the upper floor of the house. A couple tricks to fighting some lycanthropes that you're going to encounter on the Great Bridge. And I'm also going to show you where to get your first set of armor. It's not a suit of armor because it's leather. Anyway, I'm gonna show you where to get that. So I'm gonna kill this fella. This handsome man. What a boy. Oh, all right. Hello, sir. Okay. So, we're gonna go up the stairs in the house. There's gonna be a guy behind these barrels here. Kill him. There's gonna be an item right there. Okay? If you look very faintly, you can see the person waiting to ambush you. Don't be fooled. Kill him right away. Because you are a smart boy. Or a girl. Or, you know, if you don't, I don't know. Okay, just please don't get offended. Alrighty, so I killed that guy. So there are going to be 2 lycanthropes. Don't try to fight them on the bridge. You'll die. Okay? So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to aggro them and then run into the house. I know that sounds silly. Run into the house. You'll see why it's not silly in a minute, if they ever come down here. Okay. Hello, Mr. Lycanthrope. Guess what? He can't come through the door. So, now what you're going to do is you're going to lay into him with a bunch of charged R2s. Isn't that nice? It's like shooting fish in a barrel with a shotgun. Ow! Don't get too close to the door, though. There we go. Come on, sir. There he is. And I'm gonna gather that in case his body goes away. By the way, occasionally their bodies will fall through the floor. Which, ow! Why did I do this to myself? Occasionally their bodies will fall through the floor. Which is a little silly, to be honest. But, yeah, no, it's whatever. Okay. So there's an enemy, there's a big giant enemy down there. I'm not gonna fight him quite yet. I'm gonna go down here. Okay, so this is where the area, this is the area that I skipped over. And I skipped over it because it's a pain in the ass. So there's a bunch of guys in a small area of space. And it's a little pain. Ow, and there's dogs. And I don't like dogs. So I like to skip that area. And play it from behind where... I'm not going to finish that sentence. Okay. Anyway. One thing you do need to be aware of. This is the same area where you encountered your first giant. And if you run through it backwards, or if you fail to kill the giant, and you just move on, he's going to come up the stairs and ambush you. Okay? So, no big deal. Just stand dead. Okay. So there's that. Okay, so, we just got out of the house, going down here. If you want to go down here, by the creepy statues, you can. There's a little item down here. It's a Bloodstone Shard. They're useful. So we're gonna go, to the right here, and, oh, I did not mean to do that. And we're going to explore, this area, okay? There's an item. Do you recognize where we are? We are, by the bonfire with the mob. Don't jump down there. I mean, you can jump down there, but... Felicity is in the corner just giving commentary, and it's really funny. So there's a ladder right there. You can descend it to get on that side. I like to go down here because I can drop attack this fool. Yeah! So good. I squished him. Alrighty. Let's squeezed. So there are a lot of those beast enemies down here, and so if you have trouble with them, you need to be aware of that. That there are a lot of them. Okay. Yeah. Don't get wrecked. Anyway, here we have. This is this isn't a new enemy. This is the enemy that I backstabbed earlier. He has a spear. This is a guy you will want to visceral attack every time. If you can't get his visceral at first, just keep shooting him. Because you do not want to go into close combat with him. He is crazy hard. He deals lots of damage, and his attacks have lots of sweep. I really hate those spear guys. Oh, and I also really hate rats. So yeah, you're gonna go down the ladder. There are gonna be lots of rats here, and you're gonna kill them. And don't get wrecked. Oh jeez, I don't like it. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Okay. Whew. Alrighty, so, there aren't any items back there. Don't be tricked. There are only rats. There's nothing but pain there. Okay. So there's another fool, and we're gonna kill him before he jumps in. Ow! Ow! Yeah, the rats are not fun. So whenever they rear up on their hind legs, dodge to the side dodge twice to the side because they're about to jump on you. Okay, so here we have there's a gap. Don't run off the gap. You'll deal a lot of damage to yourself, and there are enemies down there. So so you see that item and that spear guy? You can backstab him, and that's fuck. Alright, you can backstab him. Just one thing is, if you struggle with fighting the rats, don't run over here. Stop. Don't run over here, because he's gonna notice you, and then you're gonna be fighting the rats, and he's gonna spear you from behind. He's going to attack you with his spear while your back is turned, and it's not gonna be a fun time. Okay, so you take the hunter's garb from this body, and you equip it. Look at how beautiful my boy is. Alrighty. So you equip your hunter's garb. Alrighty. Now we... Oh my gosh. Why did I make my character like this? Okay, I'm sorry. So, from here, there's going to be a little plank down there. You're going to do it... you're going to jump off right to the right of this brick here. Actually, you're not. Don't do that. I thought I could do it, but I didn't. Alrighty, so there are going to be lots of sewer zombies down here. And really, if you're using the Hunter's Axe, your best bet is to just charge dart to attack. Because they do a lot of damage, and they also have combos. Gonna kill those fools. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we don't really care. Ow! Stop it! No, we're gonna kill him. Yeah! Die! Okay, and this is not... I don't like it. Stop it. Okay. Huzzah! Okay, so enough of them are dead. That it'll be okay. Okay, so you may not know where you are right now. So let's see. You may remember Jesus. Ow! How did that just... I hate my life. Okay. So, you remember that warehouse from earlier? We are directly outside of that. Okay. So, there are 2 riflemen and a spearman on the other side of that. Which is why I like to go through the sewers, because you don't have to deal with them. And they're a pain. Alright, so anyway, we're going to go back. And actually, there's another little shortcut I want to show you guys. So, alrighty, so we've reached the ladder. We're gonna go up. And actually, if you don't like dealing with the rats, there's another madman's knowledge up here that they're just birds, which are a lot less of a pain than rats. So if you want to just drop down and run through the sewers to come up here, so you only have to deal with birds, that's a viable option. Oh, one thing I haven't covered. Your transform attack. So, if you're in the middle of a combo, and actually, if you're in the middle of a combo, or if you just come out of dodging, if you dodge and then immediately press the transform button, or if you attack and immediately press the transform button, you will do a transform attack. This is where your character transforms the weapon as they're attacking, and it deals loads of damage. Okay, so there's this guy. This is a giant who's wielding a tree stump rather than a brick. He deals a lot more damage, and his visceral times are slightly different. I would recommend just backstabbing. So just, yeah, wreck it. There you go. Bye, sir. Okay, we're gonna climb this ladder here. Alrighty. So, we're gonna talk here.
Who are you? I don't know.
Alrighty, and we're moving through. Find the girl's mother. Okay, basically, this is a little girl who has lost her mother, and she is concerned. And so she's asking you to go and find her mother for her. And she gives you a little music box. So we're gonna operate this device. This is another shortcut, but slightly more useless than all of the other ones. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover all of the I'm gonna finish covering the stage itself, and then I'm gonna cover the 2 bosses. Okay, so we're back in the plaza. The giant is dead, so I don't have to worry about him. But the shortcut is unlocked. Okay, so I'm gonna go back down, and I'm gonna go back into the sewers, which is where I was going. Hey, look, it's a the light animation is there. Do y'all see the little glowy thing? The light animation is there, but there's no lamp around it. That's neat. Okay. Alrighty. So we're going back down. Okay. And we're gonna descend this ladder. Okay, so there are enemies here. I'm not gonna bother with them right now, except for this one who's guarding a thing. So, one thing, there's a bloodstone back here, but don't be fooled. That's a guy. He will attack you. All right, so I'm gonna run past these sewer zombies because I think we're getting a little short on time. I'm gonna climb this ladder. By the way, climb the ladder before you go into the tunnel. This is where you can get killed a lot. Okay, so remember, don't go up these steps. You never go up these steps. There's a person over there waiting to light a giant fiery ball to roll down on you. So don't fall for it. Don't do it, man. Okay. So we're gonna activate the. We're gonna activate this shortcut. And we're gonna go back down. Okay, awesome. So we're going to go back down the ladder here and into the tunnel. Okay, so you can see there's a something over there. Run immediately. Run and dodge to your left. Actually, don't dodge. Run and swerve to the left. And immediately run down the hallway and through this doorway here. There is an enormous pig. He will kill you. So, be aware. Alright. So now we're going up this ladder. I like to go up the ladder so the pig can de-aggro and go back to where he was. So, those guys... Kill this guy first. Oh, jeez, and don't get wrecked. Yeah, ow. That's, I missed the visceral. I don't like it. Okay. Visceral. Okay. Okay. So, we're gonna go back down the ladder. And now we're gonna talk to this happy pig man. Hello, Mr. Pigman. Alright, so you're going to want to walk up behind him, and you're going to backstab. Then you're going to visceral attack. Sorry, sir, but this one's a suppository. Yes, you do stick your hand up the pig spot. It's great. So, right here, you get the Saw Hunter badge. That allows you to buy the other 2 weapons that you weren't able to access. You had to choose one, but with the Saw Hunter badge you can buy any. Alright, so that is pretty much all for the stage of Central Yharnam, and in the next episode I'll show you guys the first 2 bosses. Sorry about how long this video was. I'll try